Okay, so it is Monday, a Monday morning, and starting off the worst day of the week with the most painful muscle group to train, and that's the legs. So as you can see, I've set up a nice good stiff leg deadlift, movement. Put a nice lighter weight for my deadlift, and then some nice plates to elevate my toes and give more depth to my hams and glutes. I mean, it's quite obvious, when you elevate your toes, you give more depth to your hams and glutes. When you elevate your heels, so if you step forward and elevate your heels, you give more depth to your quads. That's why when I do my back squats, I elevate my heels. But you don't really have to. If you do them without any elevation, you're still working everything pretty okay. I feel like also the elevation kind of helps me with my form. But these days I've decided, like I usually like walk really fast to the not really fast, but not a slow paced walk, like kind of like a fast paced walk to the gym, and it takes me around 30 minutes. And then these days when I go back home, instead of walking back home the same, I jog back home, and then when I enter the estate, I just sprint all the way to our house. And I'm telling you, bro, I did that yesterday, and my calves are kind of fired up right now. I did not know why. I think I pulled the calf or something. I don't know, but they're kind of fired up. It felt like I just did some 10 sets of calf raises. Oh yeah, which reminds me, I was supposed to do 10 sets of calf raises before I start my workout. But since we've already set everything up, I'll just do them after. Hopefully, the energy will be there. Yeah, but for the pre-workout, I had the pre-workout meal. I don't usually drink pre-workout just because I just feel like it's a waste of money. I feel like there's really nothing happening. So for the pre-workout meal, I had some lentil soup, like 1 cup of lentil soup. No, like a 3/4 cup of lentil soup, and then a 1/4 cup of some chicken stew. But I always make sure that my cook is food with I'm mixing up my words. I always make sure that I cook my food without oil. So like there's no oil in the stew or in the soup. Make it without oil. And it's totally possible, bro. Like even my chicken, I air fry it. I don't pan fry it or deep fry it or anything. But anyway, that's if I'm not making it a soup. If I'm not making it a soup, I air fry it or I boil it. But I don't like boiling it because you can't really get the spices in there when you boil it. So, but it doesn't taste bad. It still tastes pretty good and juicy, and the salt is pretty good. It seeps in nice and good into the chicken. But enough digressing. Let's get into the set. I don't know how many sets I'm gonna do these for, but we'll do 10 sets of hams. That's all that matters. Now these are really good, but I do prefer the seated hamstring curls just because I can drop to those much easier. I mean, I know I can pick up some lightweight dumbbells and come here and work out some more reps, but that's just gonna make my lower back and my forearms get more of a pump than my hamstrings, Because it doesn't really, like, drop setting and burnout to me doesn't feel as great on exercises that don't directly target the muscle. You know, like for example, the stiff leg deadlifts. It targets multiple parts. Yeah, you got your lower back, you got your glutes, you got your hamstrings, and you also have your grip, like to factor in. But then when you're doing the seated hamstring curl, you only have your hamstrings, only your hamstrings. You get what I mean? Only your hamstrings, and you just pump it in. So your hamstrings are the ones that are really getting tired out and not allowing you to lift anymore. I don't know if that's right. I don't know. I'm still a gym newbie. I've only like how much? How many months has it been since September? I don't know. I think it's been like about 7, closing in on 8 months, I guess, of experience. But anyway, that is not nearly enough. But let's get into the next one. Okay, so let's spam. Let's spam a couple of sets of some seated hamstring curls, and we're gonna drop it each set. Yeah, for the remaining sets of the hams. So yeah, I'm gonna drop each set. Yeah, let's finish off this hamstring set. Oh, that is intense. Drop setting is never easy. Oh, but let's get into another one. It's not easy, but it's good. Feels really good. Oh. So I finished up with the hams. I did 4 sets of some stiff leg deadlifts, 6 sets of some seated hamstring curls, and that felt really good. Now after that, I did 10 sets of calves, some calf raises. I did six sets of some standing calf raises, 4 sets of some seated calf raises. I don't really like the seated calf raises just because, well, um, I don't like putting the big dumbbells on top of my like calves. It doesn't feel as effective as doing just a normal standing calf raise. But I'm pretty sure that's just because, like, if you had a seated calf raising machine, then I'm pretty sure that it felt much better. But anyway, it's time for the quad. The quad father, Mr. Tom Platz himself. I will never attempt his workout. I will never attempt his quad workout routine. Yikes. I'm gonna do some squats. Man. I'm trying to gather the courage to hit these extremely intense barbell squats. Some back squats, burn out with some sissy squats. Probably take it for about 3 4 sets. Then I was thinking I wanted to do some front squats as well on the Smith, and then probably finish off with some nice leg extensions, and that should be pretty good. Whew. Man, I am quite scared. I'm kind of getting bowel movements from the anxiety, which is not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. But anyway, let's get started. That is intense. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of feel like taking a dump. Which is the scariest thing when you're doing squats. Trust me, if you feel like taking a dump and you're doing some heavy back squats, you better be careful. Because if you loosen your ass, that's it, man. It's all coming out. It's all coming out. You're letting the floodgates loose. It's gonna be Armageddon Part 2 in the freaking gym. You better be careful. I'm being careful. I'm making sure I clench. I clench my ass as I do these back squats. That sounds hella wild. I hope nobody's hearing what I'm saying. But let's get into the next one. Those back squats was something, bro. They took everything. Well, let's throw these around for like about 2 sets, or 3, or 4, honestly, whatever, till I'm satisfied. And then I'll probably move on to some leg extensions, finish off my quads there. Man, back squats always have me sweating. Back squats and lunges. Those are the two exercises that really have me sweating and out of breath and just feeling like I'm mentally and physically spent. But you know, I've noticed something. I'm able to get more depth in my CC squats. Because if you go back to like the previous like beginning leg day videos, I couldn't really go as deep into the CC squats as I can now. Like there's a time I tried and like my knee, the back of my knee kind of like got a bit fucked up, a bit messed up. So I couldn't. I was like, nah, I'm gonna go to the depth that I can. And these days I can go like nice and deep, much deeper. I know there's still more depth I can achieve, but that's quite satisfactory to me. Now I want to work towards being able to do my squats and my back squats, my sissy squats with my legs at a closer stance. Because I'm getting closer and closer. And you know, the closer your stance, the more quad action you're putting. Especially with sissy squats, not sissy. Front squats, I can go pretty close. Okay, so as I was just saying, the two sets that we just did for the front squats, I could have definitely pushed that last set further. Not the CC squats, but the front squats. I could have gotten in a couple more reps, but I gave in into the mind. But either way, the CC squats did the job. So I'm gonna hit some leg extensions for the remaining sets, and I'm going to drop set each set, of course. I mean, I could CC squat, but nah, I just drop set each set. And I think it's just 4 remaining sets, so let's get it started. 2 minutes are already done, according to the timer. That is pain. Ooh, that is so painful. That is a sick burn. Oh, let's just get it. I am more than ready to get out of here, man. Leg day, the heaviest leg day of the week, of this circuit complete. And I will say it again. Whenever I do, in brackets 1, I do more of the heavier, more compound lifts then, like bent over barbell rows, back squats, even T-bar rows. I mean, for chest and for arms, not really like that many. It's not, and deadlifts as well. But for chest and arms, it's not really that serious, you know. So those are exempted. I can do whatever I want. I can do the same thing on one and on two, brackets one and brackets two. But on brackets two, normally I'll do more lighter, okay, not lighter, but less compound, you know, like instead of bent over barbell rows, I'll do chest supported barbell rows, or I would do something else. In substitute, I'll do seated cable rows, or something like that. You get what I mean, yeah? I'm pretty sure I'm making sense. Instead of back squats, I'll do lunges, Bulgarian split squats, whatever, man. Or some goblet squats. I don't know. Honestly, I don't like goblet squats. I'm probably never gonna do those again. But let's get out of here, man. See you guys tomorrow for chest and shoulders in brackets two. We're gonna be starting our bracket two part of the circuit tomorrow. And yeah, man. Hope you guys are having a beautiful day. Because I know I am having a beautiful but very painful day. And right after this, I'm gonna jog at a fast pace back home in this sunny weather. Which is like about 20 minutes, I think. I don't know. But it is very tiring, especially the sprint. Whew, it's quite a stretch. But it's good for your heart, man. I usually feel like my heart is pumping, feels really fresh when I do something that intense, you know? But I don't do that when I'm coming to the gym. Just because I want to conserve as much energy for the gym, for the lift. But yeah, enough talking. Hope you guys carry on well today. Have a good one.